Well, you interviewed Gabrielle Union about her new film.
Gabrielle. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I messed it up?
You said Gabrielle.
Oh, so it's pronounced Gabrielle?
Isn't it? It's Gabrielle Union, right? Gabrielle?
Okay.
Whatever.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
If I've been mispronounced, I'm sorry, Gabrielle, that I've been mispronouncing your name all these years.
Right.
Gabrielle Union. Very talented actress.
Very talented.
And so forth. Now, she actually plays a homophobic mother in the new film that she's in, which hits close to home because of the whole Dwyane Wade situation and the Zaya Wade and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, recently, she did an interview. It was on stage somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it was. But they brought up Boosie, and she basically implied that Boosie is gay.
Okay.
She said he doth protest too much, a Shakespeare line. She also said he's got a lot of dick on his mind.
Right.
Boosie responded.
Of course.
He said, LOL, the whole world know I love women, and the world know your husband love dick. Hope you don't think blacks look at y'all like a power couple. They don't. I'd refuse to talk about y'all in interviews, and here you go. Go bang him with that dildo and wait on a script, you little white girl. Women, you better leave me alone. How dare you challenge a ghetto hero's manhood? You wrong. Shaking my head. I don't have time for this. I'm trying to have peace in my life and stay alive. Boosie's a regular guest on my show. Out of all, I've known Boosie, okay, hold on. This is before Vlad TV. So I've known Boosie close to 20 years. I've never gotten any sort of gay vibes from him or so forth. I've had probably hundreds of hours of conversation with him over the years.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is a back and forth, fighting fire with fire and so forth. And I will say that in my interviews recently with Boosie, we've pretty much just stayed off the topic of Zaya and Dwyane Wade and so forth. He said what he said in the past. He still believes what he believes. I personally feel that when it comes to sexuality and being transgender and so forth, I think those decisions should be made after you turn 18. You know what I'm saying? I think, now I'm not sure where Zaya is in terms of her identity and so forth. I don't know whether she's looking to transition and get a sex change at this point.
She's not.
Right. Okay. But I think that was sort of the talk and so forth. I personally think that if you want to have a sex change and transition to being a man or a woman, that should be done after you turn 18. I think that as a young person, you're still formulating your sexuality and your identity and so forth. And I think that that's a little bit too young. And I think that was some of the things that Boosie was speaking about. But at the end of the day, that's not his daughter or his son. And I also, in defense of Dwyane Wade, I've never heard any sort of gay rumors or anything else like that about him. I think Boosie was upset and he was fighting fire with fire. What is your take about this whole thing?
Number one, I wish I didn't have to have a take. So bizarre. So a couple of things.
You don't have to have a take. You can just say no comment and we can keep moving.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Number one, obviously, Gabrielle knew that if she said something about Boosie, that there was going to be a response.
Right.
And the response was not going to be polite because Boosie speaks from his heart, and his heart comes from the SSB. So
SSB is what?
South Baton Rouge.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So it didn't surprise me that Boosie came back the way that he came back.
Right.
It didn't. None of that stuff surprised me. I think that we are still in a communal stage of trying to understand what the LGBTQ plus community is talking to us about and saying to us. And I think a lot of the brothers and sisters that I know in that community are past the point of trying to explain it. What they are saying is, we want our lives full, free, and unbothered. And if you can't deal with that, fuck you. Keep your opinions out of my household. Keep your opinions out of my family. Keep your opinions out of my bedroom. Keep your opinions out of my life. We done told you who we are. We done told you what we want. The ball is in your court. Kick it or bounce it. When I look at the situation with Zaya Wade, the only thing I can think of is, and I am not speaking directly to this child's life. I'm not speaking directly based upon anything that I know about this family. It's my first time ever having met Gabby or talking to her. I shouldn't even be calling her Gabby. I've never met Dwyane Wade before. I've never met Zaya Wade before. But I think for a lot of these families, they are making the decision, they're making the decision about whether or not to support their children or to bury them.